Absolute joke. Absolute joke. Crystal Palace 0, Manchester United 0. Too slow, no penetration, no creativity, no speed. Late substitutions. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. No disrespect to Palace, but they were below average. Luckily we didn't really get threatened until the last sort of couple minutes, and the one chance they did get was offside, and Henderson makes a great save even though it was offside. What are we doing? What are we doing? 74 minutes it took for Ollie to make his first substitution. 74 minutes. What was he seeing before that was making him not want to change it up? It's not like we were winning. It's not like we were dominating. What was he looking at? For me, I don't see where we're going with Ollie. I really don't. We might be second in the league, but you watch a performance like that and you think, how? How are we even second? It doesn't make sense. No creation tonight, even Bruno. I'm not even blaming Bruno, I'm just saying there's no creation. He was trying to play like a quarterback tonight, trying to do Hail Marys, but in football. Coming in the centre-back role to try and play world-class long field balls to people that can't even control it. And most of these passes are near impossible to pull off. And he's coming that deep because he's not receiving the ball in positions he wants to receive it to affect the game, because other players around him ain't got the ability or the intensity or quality. So he's then forced into a situation that's going to make him have a bad game as well. Disgusting, absolutely disgusting. I think a lot of the players tonight, poor. Some of them average, and I give a couple of them above average. And I'll get into the ratings in a minute, but let's get into the match notes. Playing out from the back, Harry Maguire gives the ball away. Townsend puts a cross in, Benteke volleys it, and it goes over the bar. I think Bay was on Benteke, wasn't close enough to him to get a challenge in on him. But what we doing playing out from the back like we're Brazil, like we're prime Barcelona? Embarrassing. And we got away with it on that one. Matic had a shot from outside the box, took a deflection off McCarthy, and then Guita tipped it over the bar. It looked like it was creeping in though, until Guita tipped it over. From that corner, the ball dropped to Cavani, who flicked at it. It come to him very quick. Like he just had to react to it, put it over the bar. But I'm not mad at it because he had no time to react. You know what I mean? It was all instinct. So I think Harry Maguire was going a bit crazy at him, and I'm like, what do you want him to do? Like, you're going to score that. All right, Harry, okay. Rashford then had a shot that he should score. It should be 1-0. Shaw cut it back for him, and it should be just side foot, or even if you lace it, it's got to be on target though, and he puts it wide. And he's not even that far out. It has to be a goal, and he don't even get on target. Should be 1-0. Greenwood then had a shot that was deflected for a corner. That was all my notes for the first half. That should tell you the moral of this game. Second half, Ayew had a straight shot at Henderson, but as I said, it was straight at him, so he dealt with it. Townsend narrowly put a shot wide after a free kick, which Fred gave away, by the way. Mihajlovic took the free kick. I think someone blocked it, and then it dropped to Townsend, and he had a bit of like a sort of snapshot, quick shot, and went narrowly wide. I don't think Henderson's getting there though if it goes in. James then had Dan James come on as a sub, put a header over the bar. I haven't seen it back yet, but people were saying that he should do a bit better, but that's not his game. He's the smallest player on the pitch. That's not his game. So I'm not even mad at James for that. Like, he's come on, he's not had long, do you know what I mean, to adjust to the game, the speed, and you want him to be scoring headers. Come on. Greenwood had a shot that was in the D, curling it, but he was kind of like off balance, leaning back, but to be fair, he had a great effort from considering he was going off balance, and it only just went over the bar and just to the side as well, so it wasn't far off. Good attempt considering the circumstances he was in when he got the shot off. Right at the end, Van Aanholt come through on the left and had a shot. No one's on him because Aaron Wan-Bissaka's tucked in again and he's not in his natural position. If he's in his natural position, Van Aanholt's got to beat him to get that shot away. But he's got all this space because he's tucked in, trying to protect Bay, who we should be protecting because he's got more pace anyway. And he's tucked in, so he's left in acres of space, Van Aanholt. Gets the shot away, Henderson comes out, makes himself big, and he blocks it. It was offside, but that's a match winner if it's onside, because he clearly makes a great save even though it's offside, and we get away with it again. Look, 0-0 against Crystal Palace. They're our bogey team, as I said, so it's better than no points, but it might as well be no points because of how the performance was. Some of the players' body language again as well, no hunger. Like Bruno, maybe. He was doing a lot of tracking and pressing off the ball, but he was like the only one doing it. Dan James does it well, but he come on as a sub late on. 76th minute, Dan James come on. It's an absolute joke. Why is Ollie taking forever to make substitutions? And he didn't even make one that he had available at the end either. So he made 2 of the 3. And he makes them 70 plus minutes into the game. Why do you not want to change it up before that? Nothing's happening. No creativity, no penetration, no speed. Too predictable. We're meant to be a top team. And this, as I said, I don't know how we're second in the league when we perform like this. It's seriously worrying and it's disgusting. It really is. People can get at me all they want. You're part of the problem as well. If you're accepting that utter shite, you're really part of the problem as well, if you're going to accept that. So, player ratings. Henderson, I'd give a 6, just above average. Didn't have hardly anything to do in the game, but he made that save at the end. Yes, it's offside, but he doesn't know that until they make the decision it's offside. But before that, I bumped it up a little bit. So just above average for Henderson. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I give an average. Eric Bailly, Maguire and Shaw, all the back 4 get an average for me today. They wasn't really tested at all. Like, I can't give them above average, even if they've had a solid game, because they haven't been tested. So they've had a solid game, but it's because of the opposition's poor quality. So they're not necessarily having a good game in their position because they want to be dominating and stopping shots and stuff, and that wasn't happening. So all the back 4 get an average. Fred gets a 3. Again, can't pass to save his life. He had a shot at one point outside the box that was the equivalent of a 5-year-old having a shot from where he had a shot, the power in it, and it was a joke. He gets pushed off the ball too easily. He can't pass. He might have intensity and works hard and puts a shift in, as people say. Go put a shift in a day job or something. Or drop down the leagues, because you're not of this quality and of the standard that we need. And that's it. Fred gets a 3. Matic, I'd give a 6, above average. I thought he was one of the few that was making forward passes. He was doing his job and what he's in the team to do. He's calm. He made no mistakes that I can remember. Maybe he made a few, but I don't remember him. Looks solid on the ball. He's comfortable on the ball. Does what he's put into the team to do. And he actually makes forward passes and completes them, unlike Fred. So Matic, I thought, had a solid game. Just didn't have anyone around him that was helping. So Greenwood gets a 5, an average. I thought he did have moments in the game where he looks like he might do something special. Like, he had a few shots and that and looked quite lively, but he's in and out all the time. It's never like over a consistent time period in a match. It's like he'll have a little chance, half an hour later have another little chance, but between them chances, he goes missing. I give him an average tonight of a 5. Bruno, a 4. I don't think his passing was the best tonight. I saw him lose the ball quite a few times. I don't recall him having any shots tonight. Maybe he did, but I don't remember any. As I said, he was trying to play in a centre-back role as a quarterback in football. Like, what are we doing? What do you want this man to do? Like, he saved us so many times in so many games, and he's near the goalkeeper at times trying to play a ball up the field that's got to be more than pinpoint, more than precise for us to get a chance out of it. But he's having to do that because he's not even receiving the ball from players in a position he can affect the game more positively. So Not really due to him, a lot of it, but for me, below average. Bruno gets a 4. Rashford, poor again. I'd also give him a 4. You could argue you should get lower than that. Maybe it should be a 3 for Rashford, but I'm going to give him a 4 as well. Just doesn't affect the game at all. He's meant to be a big name, as I said. We all build him up. And he does have these moments where he's world class, but it's like once every like 7 or 8 games. It's not consistent enough. It's not good enough. And his body language isn't good enough. I've said this time and time again. His body language is horrible. He needs to do something. He needs to either be dropped or he needs to buck his ideas up. Cavani gets a 4. Just come back from injury. I'm surprised that he played as long as he did. Nolly didn't take him off earlier. I did think he was struggling near the end, even though he always keeps going. He's like Bruno in that sense. Dan James come on from him in the 76th minute, but he just didn't have any service again. So again, like Bruno, it wasn't really due to him that he's got such a low rating, but I can't ignore the impact the players have on the game, even if it's not them that are specifically doing it intentionally. It's because of other players around them, because everyone has to play their part. So he didn't have a lot of service, but I'm going to give him a below average with a 4. McTominay and James, look, didn't have a great deal of time, and I don't think that they affected the game when they came on, to be honest. So I'd give both of them an average. So, and Ollie, I'd give a 2 to tonight. 2 out of 10. It's not fucking good enough. It's not good enough. It's embarrassing. Why did you take so long to make substitutions? He's been better at it recently, but if we were winning 2-0 or something in this game, then fine, make your subs in 70 plus minutes, but we're not. We could have lost this game, and you're still waiting for something to magically happen when we're not even creating nothing. It's a joke. Switch it up. Have some balls. Have some backbone. Disappointing tonight. I know that I said that they're our bogey team and people underestimate them, but we didn't help ourselves tonight at all. And it's a joke. We got City next. Can you imagine how embarrassing it's going to be if we turn up like we did tonight? Man of the match, I'm going to give it to Matic. Could argue give it to Henderson, but that shot was offside. He wasn't to know, as I said, but Matic had more to do in the game, and I thought he did his role solidly. Thought he didn't really put a foot wrong, and I thought he was just above average because of that. He made forward passes, he was strong on the ball, made sensible passes, didn't force things, didn't lose the ball. Matic is my man of the match. Look, it's better than no points, but it feels like we got a loss tonight. We need more from this club. We need more from the staff. We need more from the manager. We need more from the coaching. And we need more from the players. All across the board. It's as simple as that. It's embarrassing tonight. Horrible game to watch. I thought the Chelsea game was bad. Doesn't even touch this one. So, Crystal Palace 0, Manchester United 0. I'll be back for the City game. But, yeah, absolute joke tonight. Absolute joke.